Hello everyone. Thank you for having me. On behalf of Jan Sokhi Foundation, I would like to welcome you today for an online lecture on this special International Museum Day. My name is Fuhar Bali and I'm going to speaking to you today about museums and COVID-19 impact, response and forethought. To begin with, there is a saying that best critic to the future is the past. As I'm an archaeologist, I would like to trace the current situation by underpinning its past. To begin with, one should realize the gravity of the situation, as we are pretty helpless. People are succumbing to the disease and the number of COVID-19 cases are growing. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the world as we know it. Major events, shows, and art exhibitions around the world are being cancelled. In this presentation, holistic analysis of museum and COVID-19 is highlighted to understand the current condition and forethought mitigational measures. But before beginning, for those who are not from museology or archaeology background, one must understand what in general a museum means. So here we are going to give you a brief about definition, types, museums in India, museums around the world, importance of museum and museums during pandemic. When we generally think about museums, we usually mean a building in which objects of historical, scientific, artistic or cultural interest are stored and exhibited. But there are manifold aspects related to it. By ICOM, a museum is a non-profit permanent institution in the service of society and its development, open to the public, which acquires, conserves, researches, communicates, and exhibits the tangible and intangible heritage of humanity and its environment for the purposes of education, study, and enjoyment. In the earlier, as I welcomed you on this International Museum Day, I just want to tell you that International Museum Day is celebrated every year on 18 May since its inception in 1977. Given their diverse origins, varying philosophies, and different roles in society, museums do not lend themselves to rigid classification. They can be classified by their collection, source of funding, reach to public for a defined geographic area, general or virtual, most recent one. There are limitless number of ways in which we can identify museums. They can be identified by their governance, management, structures, location, mobility, funding arrangements, nature of collections, purpose, target groups, etc. But in general and overall, the archaeology, anthropology, ethnographic museums, or the history museums are the most popular ones. We can assess the impact of COVID-19 into the short-term impact and long-term impact. There are short-term impacts of museums are fiscal shocks, postpone of events. The long-term impacts are economic growth, faith of visitors, staffing cost, investor hinge, risk preparedness, etc. Regardless of the size, location or status, most of the museums are facing challenges as protecting their collections, security and maintenance, ensuring safety of workforce, physical and psychological health of staff, incurring financial loss from ticketing, events, public spaces, and museum cafes, audience or visitor engagement. Museums are community asset and are integral part of the social fabric of our communities. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the world as we know it. The whole world is currently waging an unprecedented battle against this pandemic. Many countries are under quarantine and so do the museum community. During the present COVID-19 pandemic, today More than ever, the importance of culture and creativity for society is clear. The availability of cultural content contributes to mental health and well being, and many cultural institutions have provided online and free content in recent weeks for that purpose. And as such, we can see that there are different online exhibits time to time available for us. Most of the museums around the globe adopted innovative strategies in response to COVID-19 crisis. Museum community become more resilient, resourceful and creative. Being centers of augmented learning, they are unmasking new means, methods and metrics to adapt this difficult scenario. Following are the creative tools adopted by the museums to engage audience. Virtual visit, online lectures, webinar, live discussions, collecting archives of pandemic, offering digital tools and services like mobile applications, donating mask and charitable works. Many museums have increased their online presence since they were closed due to physical social distancing measures. Most museums are using social media more than before, working with hashtags, featuring individual objects in and virtual tours online have increased. A decent number of museums are considering becoming more active in the podcast, live content, and game creation. This points in the direction of museums looking forward for feedback and engagement of the online audiences they are reaching to. Few museums offer well-prepared virtual exhibitions and other resources worth exploring. For example, museums in India are also available online. The online exhibits of India's National Museum are available. Their advantage is that some of them teach us about the select exhibits part by part, with each slide explaining another aspect. Similarly, you can explore in the Partition Museum uh, the exhibition of the railways and partition on Google Arts and Culture. This exhibition delves into the vital role the railways had to play during the partition. Bihar Museum has come online to reconnect its visitors. Similarly, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya in Mumbai, Maharashtra, offers some of the most graphically original online exhibitions. Most of those available were digitized in collaboration with Google Art and Culture, which helps museums in putting their exhibits online. Of this institution exhibition, I particularly recommend Animal in Indian Art, a fable on war between rats and cat. Another of the online galleries, quite informative, is of various types of sari. The current crisis provides an opportunity to develop a full-fledged strategic approach to culture as a key developmental driver. So far, the policy has been on specific areas such as cultural tourism or on key creative industry sectors. We are looking towards reopening of the museums after lockdown. Museums worldwide prepare to reopen their doors after lockdown. Several museums in the state of Brandenburg in Germany opened their doors to the public under instructions to comply with social distancing and containment measures. But they are among the few who have opened it. Most of the museums are still shut, observing precautionary measures. To name a few, in America, in the US, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York said it expects to reopen on July 1, while the Paris Art Museum announced September 1 as potential reopening date. However, in the US, the Whitney Museum, the New Museum, the Queens Museum, and the Museum of Natural History in New York said that they have not set yet a date for reopening. In Europe, in Belgium, several museums have announced scheduled reopening on May 19. These institutions include the Royal Museums of Fine Arts, which comprises 6 museums in Brussels, and the Museum van Hedinga Kon in Antwerp. In Asia, in South Korea, the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art in Seoul has rescinded previous plans to reopen on March 23. It remains closed until further notice together with other museums in the country, like the Seoul Museum of Art and the Liam Samsung Museum of Art. In Hong Kong, museums that reopened in March amid encouraging signs that the disease had been contained were forced to close again as a second wave of infections hit in the region. In Japan, earlier plans to reopen Tokyo's Museum of Contemporary Art and Kyoto Kyocera Museum of Art in mid-March or at the beginning of April, but later dates have been postponed. In India, similarly, as a precautionary measure to prevent the spread of COVID-19, museums are closed until further notice. Majority of museums in India and around the globe are closed. Closing doors to the public results in drastic loss of income for many of the museums. There is no track back to normal rather than making a return to new normal. We must learn from this crisis in order to effectively respond, mitigate, adapt, and integrate. In this photograph, you can see a visitor looking at Auguste Rodin, the thinker at the Alte National Gallery Museum in Berlin. Similarly, there are markers that show social distancing, where to stand for in Seoul. A e-ticketing show clicks of Museum of Modern Art is placed. Major crises provide a natural setting for the launch of new developmental cycles, and this is the opportunity to reposition culture within competitiveness model. This in turn can open up new perspectives for entrepreneurial development and foster the emergence of new professional profiles. Museums are reopening, but the experience has changed. Reopening of museums can be done with greater responsibility. ICOM, in its statement, says the need to revise and update their health security protocols to reopen properly. While national regulations vary depending on the specific evolution of the COVID-19 pandemic, there are some basic measures that can be taken to protect the health of both visitors and staff. As it is written, preparing for the arrival of the public. While preparing for the arrival of the public, one should check into that we have defined a maximum number of visitors allowed into the museum and inform the public about it. We should define a maximum number of visitors per exhibition room and inform the public as it is recommended to set a maximum number of people per square meters to allow a safety distance of 1.5 meter between each visitor. We should determine average visit time to establish time slot. Consider a gradual reopening of exhibition. As far as possible, set up a booking system online by phone or by email. Set up an online ticketing system. Online tickets can be scanned by visitors themselves at the entrance to the museum. Consider extending opening hours. Consider opening hours dedicated to certain groups of public, example 65 years of age. We should deny access to persons showing symptoms of the disease. Notify the public of the context related restrictions on the institution's website if applicable and before entering the museum. We should also control the flow of visitors, and as such the public access is maintained. We should avoid or manage lines at entrances and counters. Consider ground markings for lines to ensure that the recommended distance of 1.5 meter is maintained. Ensuring distance between visitors and reception counters, possibly installing glass to protect staff and visitors. Close the cloakrooms requiring the presence of staff. Lockers can remain available if they are disinfected regularly between uses. To avoid unnecessary handling and contact, ensure that separate flows of entrances and exits are maintained and provide a one-way tour of the rooms if possible. Guided tours and educational offers can be provided if the safety distance between participants is respected. If this is the case, define specific time slot for group visits and restrict their size. The opening of common commercial areas, cafeterias, bookshops are subject to specific national regulation. We also check into the health measures to check the public access by strengthening their health measures. We should install hand sanitizer dispensers at the entrance of the museum and provide warning signs to encourage visitors to respect the health measures in force. Ensure that visitors have access to toilets, allowing them to wash their hands with soap and hot water, and giving preferences to disposable hygienic material in this respect, and adapt this access to the rules of social distancing in force, marking on the ground, etc. We should ensure that the devices such as audio guides, headphones, and other similar equipment that require handling are systematically disinfected after each use. Disability assisted facilities and exposed devices with control buttons for educational purposes should be cleaned frequently with disinfectants. Interior doors will remain open if possible, otherwise, they must be infected each time they are used. Public access, restricting some access if necessary, restricting access to rooms and facilities that cannot be fully cleaned or disinfected. Closing installation, example contemporary art that involve visitor interaction. Lifts must be reserved for persons with reduced mobility, ensuring that the distance of 1.5 meters is respected between each user. The control buttons must be disinfected after each use. If the common areas do not allow the application of the rules of social distancing, an adjustment of timetables and traffic could be considered. We should also check the safety of our staff also, reception and security staff especially. Security staff must be present at the reception desk and in the museum rooms to ensure not only that there is sufficient distance between the visitor and the works on display, but also to make sure that there is sufficient distance between visitors themselves. If necessary to guarantee the safety of the works and visitors, the teams can be supplemented by additional staff. Provide staff with adequate protective devices, cash register protection, masks, disinfectants, mandatory condition for opening to the public. We should take into consideration the cleaning and conservation measures. We should increase cleaning intervals according to national regulations. All areas of the museum accessible to the public will be cleaned daily as minimum. In the office, we should consider sustainable adaptation of emergency plans, extend work loans to minimize movement, handling and transportations. The areas accessible to staff will be cleaned in accordance with national guidelines. Common equipments used by several staff members will need to be disinfected regularly. In the absence of disinfection standards, this equipment shall not be used. Staff will clean their workplace daily with sanitizer based wipes or paper towels, regardless of the cleaning service in place. Any employee whose activity does not require an on site presence will continue to work from home and in accordance with national regulations. In the last sentence, as it read from ICOM News, finally, it is recommended that museums that are not in position to respond to these measures extend their temporary closings. And we should consider the reopening measures as such. Museum can be reopened, but in general, they have to adopt following measures. First, installation of plexiglass shields for ticket counters. Second, provision of e-ticketing by providing training to staff and members. Fourth, supply of disinfectant materials to all staff and visitors. Fifth, frequent cleaning of the space and a limit of one visitor as per social distancing norms. Sixth, by allotting special time slot for visitors from high risk groups. Seventh, By placing thermal scanners or artificial intelligence thermal camera or IR sensor as per need. Audio guides should be offered only if they can be disinfected after each use. By extending opening hours and provision of masks on request for visitors. By coordinating your approach to museum fraternity. To ensure safety, visitors and staff should be advised to install Arogya Setu app in their mobile phones in India. Arogya Setu app could be used for self-certification. In the last, I would like to say that museums might not change the world, but museums at their best can show what humanity can do at its best. The French philosopher Gustave Le Bon once wrote, "The only religion of mankind is and always have been hope." For this lecture, I am thankful to Sri Animesh Kumar Parashar, IAS, Additional Secretary, Art, Culture and Youth Department, for permitting and encouraging. I am thankful to my family, friends, viewers who have been constant support. Thank you for so much for sharing your time. Regards. Fahar.